What's up, everybody? It's Greg Birch with Delta Financial, and this is the Be the Difference podcast. This podcast is all about making you a better person in your life and in your business with coaching on sales, leadership, mindset, marketing, everything under the sun when it comes to being an entrepreneur. And we bring on guest speakers sometimes. Today, I got the honor and pleasure of welcoming my good buddy, Mr. Zach Allen. What's up, Zach? Woo!
Hey, what's going on, sir? How are you?
What's going on, bro? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Am I lagging real bad on your end?
You're lagging a little bit, but it's not too bad. You look, your camera looks cloudy as hell.
I know. I'll get a new one soon. It's on my to-do list. We're getting there. It's recording from potato, bro. That's what happens.
The old potato. So Zach, let's sit here. Let's have a quick chat. I know you wanted to talk about some stuff. Why don't you get us started off?
Yeah, man. We were chatting a little bit before this on, the saying "choose your hard" and what that necessarily means. A lot related to physical fitness and whatnot, and you got to do the hard things to be physically fit. But I think a lot of people realize what it means when you're talking about, the financial role in growing your business, right? Mm-hmm. They tend to, and maybe they do know, and they're just complacent, right? And that's where discipline comes in. But choosing your hard to me means that you're going to push yourself in business to become financially free, right? A lot of people don't realize as you age and, your family ages, you're going to be responsible for your parents, right? You're going to quickly, if they run out of money, that's on you to take care of them. You need to be prepared to help your family in all walks of life.
I think it's not so much that they don't realize it. I think it's more that they push it off. They kick the can down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have it something in the back of their mind, like kind of working towards and taking care of. They don't consider it as something of importance right then and there. It's like, I got time to do this later. And I've always find that so fascinating in the industry that we're in. We are in an industry that we literally sell products to people and get them to buy sooner because tomorrow's not promised, right?
Yep.
We're trying to sell people that, hey, tomorrow's not promised and you never know, the worst thing can happen. So you got to act now. Yet, how many agents out there will push things off till tomorrow and always push them off till tomorrow, Yep. And you're going against the entire focus of how we do business.
Right.
And then you wonder why you're not doing well. You don't even live by the way that you're supposed to sell. Yep. That how we're supposed to actually influence people. And if you're not bought by that, you're definitely not going to sell somebody on that concept.
Exactly. You got to practice what you preach, man.
Exactly.
In all walks of life. I mean, how many agents do you know that actually don't have life insurance, right? That's you got to handle the stuff up front. But that comes down to your discipline in all aspects of life. You need to have your discipline financially to run your household and your business, your fitness. It's going to put your family in a better position than you ever dreamed of. Being disciplined. Yes, it's going to be hard, right? That's where the saying "choose your hard" comes in. You and I both wake up early and we push ourselves daily. Whereas if you wanted to be lazy and sleep in and not push yourself in business, yeah, it's easy right now. It's comfortable, right? It's nice laying in bed. But in the future, when hardships come, that's your hard, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I would rather be a little uncomfortable right now, wake up early and push myself so that those stresses of not being able to, take care of my family, they're not there. You push yourself now to benefit later.
Oh, absolutely. And this is in many different facets of your life. This isn't just like I wake up early because I have a lot to do. And here's the thing, you don't have, as long as you're getting your job done, if you wake up at 10 a.m. and you're staying up till 2 a.m., and you're still getting the same amount of stuff done, it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah. I get up early, because it's something that helps with my discipline. It forces me to get on a schedule too. I like getting so much stuff done that by the time 8 a.m., 9 a.m. rolls around, I've done more than most people have done by their whole day. Right. Okay. And I get like almost a day's worth of stuff done between the hours of 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. And that's how I structure my schedule. It helps me, keeps me disciplined and focused. On top of that, there's the other facets are it allows me to go to the gym early. Like I knock out my workout. Hey, you can be and you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to, lift weights or do something that's like, I'm going to be the next bodybuilder or whatever. You don't have to do that, but you do have to do something physical activity is one of the best ways that you can change your mindset. It increases your mindset, increases your discipline. It helps with depression and anxiety, right? When I was actually talking to Cody Askins on a podcast, and he was saying that, Andrew Tate, love him or hate him, Andrew Tate, he had somebody reach out to him and was like, I need help and I'm depressed. I have massive depression and I don't want to be here. I want to commit suicide. I've been thinking about it. And Andrew Tate told him, it was like, hey, do me a favor before you commit suicide, go to the gym every day for the next 30 days and keep up with me and tell me your progress. And I will respond to you. And what happened was that 2 weeks in, this guy ends up texting, like emailing, messaging back and saying like, dude, my entire life is different. It's completely changed. I have a newfound confidence. I feel better about myself. I have, my everything is getting better. Physical activity is not just about your body. It's about your mind.
Yep.
And also we are made to be physically active. Like we were made to use our body. Our body is something that is a gift that was given to us in order for us to live healthily and be on the planet, and this life on this earth as long as we possibly can. Why would you waste that? Why would you waste it being sedentary or being slovenly and just eating massive amounts of shit food? Like now when I've been eating super clean, if I were to eat something unhealthy, my body feels it instantly. Like instantly. I feel it, like it makes me feel sick. It makes me feel disgusting. Like really sick. Like I get bubble guts. I'm like, dude, my body cannot handle it anymore. And it's like simple stuff. Like if I were to eat McDonald's or something like that, because I eat very clean now.
Yeah.
And so when you do that kind of stuff, is it hard for me? Absolutely, man. Dude, I don't like getting up every single, like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, man, I'm still tired. Sometimes I wake up before my alarm and I look over and I hit my phone and it's like 4:30 and I'm like, well, I could sit here and get 30 more minutes of sleep, wake up kind of, a little lagging, or I can just get up now. I'm up. And then I end up getting up. I wake up before my alarm almost every day and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. My body hurts. Dude, my body hurts all the time. And I'm like, dude, I want to go to the gym today. But I do, Yeah,
it's for me, because I'm up north in Pennsylvania, the summertime getting up early isn't that bad, right? You're warm, it's not a big deal. In my house during the winter, we keep it at 62 in this house. We have 3 comforters on our bed. I do not like to get out of bed in the mornings. It's freaking horrible waking up into a freezing room, but you sleep better that way. So the discipline to get out of bed to do that is huge. But it helps, I was listening to a podcast or something. I think it was Jordan Peterson was talking about humans are meant to be productive, right? Yeah. We were wired to be productive. You get satisfaction out of it. And that's where the whole depression thing. Now, I'm not trying to say there's no such thing as depression. That's not the case at all. But you can do things to help yourself. When you sit on the couch all day and you choose that comfort, you're going to get down on yourself, right? You have to get up and do something, whether you're building a business, whether you're doing something around the house. That's why the common, one of the stereotypes you hear is the men love their yards. They go outside and do their entire yard on Saturday. They look back at it and it gives them satisfaction. They actually did something. Yeah. That's their happy point.
And you're absolutely right. You have to have some kind of, Jordan Peterson, I was looking at this, I was watching something similarly, and he talked about the concept of people are so entitled right now,
Yep.
right? And people have this entitlement, like they should be able to get something like right away. But he talked about the difference between, or the concept of entitlement goes hand in hand with the concept of responsibility. So in order to be entitled to get anything, you have to be responsible for something. The problem is that there's so many people nowadays that have no responsibility over everything, or they're unwilling to take responsibility for things, but then they expect to get entitled all of these extra things. And I mean, here's some stats for you. I was looking up literally today. Well, I wasn't really looking up. 48%, it's like 48 or 49% of the population are men. Over 80% of suicides come from men. 80%. So a vast majority of men are the ones because of depression. And it's because we don't have anything to live for. Yep. It's because you're not taking responsibility for your life. It's because you're being lazy, or you're giving into these, like, there's a lot of things that can really ruin your mindset. Porn, not being active, waking up super late, staying in like laying on the couch or in bed and just watching TV all day, not having a purpose or a passion, like all those will deteriorate your mindset and make you depressed because you have nothing to live for.
Yep.
Like it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I love to sit down and watch some and sit down on the couch, watch some Netflix, binge a show. Right. Yep. But I'm going to do that only after I've done a lot of work that day. Like once I've done my task for the day and I'm good, guess what? I'm going to go to my, and I'm going to spend time with my kids. I'm going to go do something fun for myself. I'm going to, watch some TV or whatever, but it's not until I'm done with the things that I am required to do. And I keep myself accountable to that every single day. Yep. There's not a day off.
Exactly. And that's what puts you ahead everywhere else. And you do need those times, those downtimes, right?
Yeah.
But it comes down to the buckets of life that we talk about and having your schedule lined out. You have to be fulfilled in every single area of your life. And it has to be even. You can't put too much into just relaxing. You can't put too much all into work. You're going to burn out. It becomes, as Mitch would say, harmony versus balance. Yeah. But that's what it's all about. That's why we do what we do.
That's why I love the concept of harmony versus balance. Just because, when you look at it, when people think work-life balance, which is complete crock of shit, right? It's like, well, I got to have work-life balance. It's like, dude, your life isn't balanced at all though. Like you're barely working. You're doing so there's 24 hours in a day. You're sleeping 8 hours, sometimes 9 or 10 hours. You're working 8 hours and you have an additional 8 to 6 hours left, depending upon how long you sleep. And then that time that you're spending, and that 8 hours you're working, you're not really working a consistent, like focused 8 hours. Like you're taking a lot of breaks. You're like shooting the shit with people. You're doing busy work. Like, I've got to straighten up my desk and I got to check this email. Like you're doing shit that does not actually have anything to do with productiveness or increase any kind of output in your life.
Yep.
But then you're taking that time off and you're just, doing nothing, right? You're binge watching, and then you're unhappy about it because you're unfulfilled. And that means your life is not balanced. When you look at balancing, think about the act of balancing. Like if someone's walking down a balance beam, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get across from point A to point B without having change come in and alter their position to where it knocks them off. So they're constantly fighting change, right?
Yep.
And that's what you're trying to do when you balance your life. You're trying to fight change. Change is inevitable. That's why harmony is an ebb and flow. Harmony will come and go. There's going to be times that you can be working more, and there's going to be times that you're going to have less time with your life, right? You're less times to have fun or do whatever you want to do, less time with your family.
Yep.
But then what's going to happen is that with that extra output, you're going to get so much, or input, you're going to get so much output that there will come a time that you're going to be able to have time periods where you can spend more time with your family. You're going to be able to do fun things because you've earned it.
Yep.
And that constant ebb and flow, that change between the positions, that's how it should be.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, like, if you see it from that perspective, if you look at your goal, hey, what am I willing to do to get this? Hold yourself accountable, take responsibility for your actions, and take responsibility for something that will allow you to get that goal, right? So like, let's say, like, for instance, Zach wants to, have an agency that is producing at a certain level. In order for him to get that, he has to take responsibility of the agents that are in his charge. He has to take responsibility for his own actions daily. He has to be lead by example and show up every day. So he's taking responsibility for those things, right?
Yep. You are responsible for everything that happens to you, period. Yep. You know, that goes back to the whole victim mentality, right? You got to have complete ownership of where you are in life, every single aspect of it. You know, take a real hard look at yourself, and, you know, like Greg was just saying, your work day. Are you really putting in hard work? You know, it's let's be real, it's not that difficult to climb the ladder. Just actually doing the work.
Yeah,
you're going to get ahead of 85% of people.
Yeah,
because most people don't do the work.
Sure.
They spend more time coming up with ways to get out of the work than they actually do doing the work.
They spend more time trying to look for the Game Genie to pop their Nintendo cassette into it, and they're like skimming for that code, that cheat code that doesn't give them God mode right away. But here's the thing. You ever use a Game Genie when you were a kid on your NES?
Yeah.
What happened when you used your Game Genie and you put it in God mode, and then you played it, and you were able to? What happened after that?
When you played it without it?
Well, no, with God mode.
It became easy. It wasn't. You didn't have the challenge anymore.
And then what else happened? And then what? You lost interest, right?
Yeah.
You probably never played it again.
It was good for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, for about 10 minutes, it was fun, and you're like, dude, this is awesome. But then the whole, like, I can't die, I can't do this. Like, I'm just walking through the game with nothing's happening to me. It's so easy.
There's no competition.
There's no competition. And then you lose interest and you stop playing the game. It's just a cool feature to kind of look at, but then you lose interest. If you were to have everything handed to you, the same thing would happen. You would lose interest. You'd blow your money. That's why people that win lotteries, like 80, 90% of them go broke within a couple of years. They go bankrupt because they blow the money. They did not work hard to get that. They don't understand the things that they have to do in order to continue to generate income because it was just handed to them.
Yep.
Right.
And now this is a great transition into what we were talking about online the other day with the opportunities. And, you know, everybody truly has the same opportunities, right? But the fact is, some of us do have an advantage. Some of us don't, right? You could have been born into poverty. You could have born into a trust fund. But like you're saying, that doesn't mean that people with lesser opportunities can't make it.
Yeah.
And the people that it's handed to typically don't appreciate it. 9 times out of 10, they don't appreciate it, and they're going to lose it.
So what Zach's mentioning is that, I did a post on a forum online that basically was like, I don't remember the exact wording, but it was like, hey, all of us have the same opportunity. Okay. And this is a forum post that's in the United States. So this is a group of United States citizens that are all here. So we all have the same opportunity. And some clown came in and wanted to be like, well, you weren't raised here and you don't know what it's. Okay. You're confusing obstacles versus opportunity. Those are two different things. Now, I am not debating that if you were raised anywhere else, if you're raised, there's people that were raised in the South, in like literally there are still places in the mountains of Tennessee, in the Appalachian Mountains, where they don't have electricity. Like they don't have running water, right? Like that still exists. They're like living the country life, and they're in comparison to most other places, they're considered uneducated, right? Their education is working on the fields, working in the farms, working like doing chores, working in the barn, like that kind of stuff. That's their education. Now it's still, they're educated in a different way. But if you look at that and you look at somebody that got to go to private schools their entire life and then got a full ride scholarship to Harvard, are their opportunities the same? Yes, they can both achieve the same things in life. Now, are the paths they're going to walk to achieve what they want to achieve the same? No, because their paths are different and they're going to have different obstacles and challenges along the way. However, they're both United States citizens. They both have a social security number. They both can get credit. They both can start and own a business if they wanted to. They both can work very, very hard in order to create something. Everybody has that opportunity. And I try to explain this to this person, and no matter what, he's like, oh, well, you're just a white man. A, I'm not fucking white. I'm Hispanic, bro. B, you don't know me. You don't know what I went through. Okay. So don't start throwing stones. Okay. C, it's a weak mentality to be like, well, I was raised here, so I can't do it. No. Look at Eric Thomas. Literally grew up, a black man that grew up in the streets of Detroit, homeless, eating out of dumpsters. Now he's the #1 speaker in the entire United States and probably in the world, just about.
Yep.
You're telling me that your position is worse than that? Come on now. You got an iPhone. You're on Facebook. You're sending me messages. Get out of here. Stop being a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a victim of your circumstance. There's always a way forward. There's always a way forward. Whether you choose to see it or not, there is a way forward, and you can achieve it. And I believe in that. I believe in every single person having that way forward. It just depends on whether you believe it or not. And this person obviously didn't believe in it, and that's not on me. That's on him. I'm not gonna. You can't save. You can't change everybody because initially, like, it has to come. Inevitably, it has to come from within you, right? But these kinds of things, these kinds of beliefs will come when you do small disciplined actions daily. That's why I get up early. That's why I work out daily. That's why I follow a specific diet. That's why I read every single day. That's why I do things like I send a handwritten note to an agent every single day, to a new agent, telling them something nice about themselves, what I think, and inspiring them. I write out my manifestations every single day. I have a book where I literally write out what I want to manifest in my life every single day. And as I'm writing them, there's things that are coming true. I read out my goals every single day. Like, these are things that I do daily, consistently, to make sure that I'm stacking the deck in my favor. You know, and anyone can do those things. He could do those things. It would change his mindset. It would make him start over time. You start to do these discipline action. It compounds. It gives you confidence. Just like the example I said earlier with Andrew Tate and that guy that wanted to commit suicide. He had this newfound confidence. You get his newfound confidence when you start to do discipline action and you start to do it daily and consistently over 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. This is not like, I'm going to do it for like 2 weeks and I'll be good. No, this is discipline is something that you build over a lifetime. You have to consistently do it. Choose your heart. Do you want to be complaining and like be nothing in life and be like, oh, well, poor me, I grew up in this area. So what? Move.
Yep. It's exactly right. You know, the discipline builds that confidence, and it's not, like you said, it's not a one-time thing. It's a lifetime commitment. You know, I've finished 75 hard twice now. The first time felt great afterwards. And I was like, oh, I got this, right? Don't need any more. And I think you were in the same boat, Greg, after the first time you did it. Yeah. And all of a sudden, a few months later, it's like, crap, I'm back to square one. You start giving yourself a little bit of slack here and there. And then before you know it, you're back sitting on the couch eating potato chips.
Dude, compromise is the thief of joy, bro.
It is.
Compromise is the thief of joy.
It's an absolute lifetime commitment of discipline. But that's where it comes back, circling back to, choose your heart. Yeah. Neither path is hard, but for me, I would rather choose the path that is going to give me confidence, happiness, and put my family on a much better, I can leave a legacy for my children, right? Yeah, that's the entire goal of all this. I'll be able to move around with my grandkids and not be sitting in the recliner watching them play. I'll still be healthy enough to play with them. It's lifelong goals. So
when do you start 75 hard again?
You're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Gotta get back in it. You just said, hey, man, I got out of it and I lost it and I lost discipline. And now you're like, man, I don't want to do it again. It's like riding a bike. I'm telling you, the third time through, you're just like, dude, this is so easy.
It is. It is.
It's actually like doing it after finishing Live Hard and starting right back up. I'm like, I'm having to do extra things every day to push myself to make it more difficult because I feel it's too easy. I feel like it's just way of life, So
you spring back into it super easily, especially once you've completed it. It's really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to continue Live Hard, or are you just going to keep doing 75 hard? Nope.
I'm gonna continue to live hard. So I enjoyed the program immensely. So, all righty. Well, thank you so much, Zach, for coming on and sharing this message with everybody. If anyone wants to, have a chat with you or reach out and learn more from you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, shoot me a text. My cell phone number is 609-610-6484. I pay attention to my phone. Yep.
Very nice.
So,
if you're watching this and you got any value, do me a favor. I need your guys' help to grow this platform, because we grow by word of mouth. We grow by helping other agents and helping all agents in the industry to provide value in mindset, leadership, and sales, just like I said earlier. Do me a favor, rate, review, subscribe, and share this content with other people if you did get any value. And that's just called a value-based exchange. It means you got something out of it. You don't know if maybe this content could help somebody out of a rut that they're in. And the only difference between a rut and a grave is the depth of the hole. You could inspire somebody to change their life just by listening to something like this. So we're on a mission to help every single agent, and I aim to do that. So if I could get your help in that, that would be fantastic. Fantastico. This has been the Be the Difference podcast. I'm your host, Greg.